packing, cause you just end up back with your stuff. You never really leave me when you say you're gonna leave me, and you just end up backing it up.
Hi guys, I'm Ariel Mariah. Welcome to my channel, and I just wanted to start a vlog about my life, authentically, raw and uncut. You'll hear my kids in the background. I have two wonderful kids. They're so dope. And I didn't want to edit them out because I wanted it to be really like raw. So it's my life. So this video is like what you'll see, what you'll hear. You gonna come say hey? This is Emil, my son. How old are you?
I'm 6.
6 years old. And when will you be 7?
November 17th.
November 17th. And Ava's over there. She's eating right now. Y'all will meet her later. Can you go make sure she's doing okay? Thank you, buddy. Okay, so I kind of wanted to tell you guys about me. And like I said, my vlog will be about my life, what I have going on, who I am as a person. Sorry if it gets loud. Like I said, this is raw, uncut, authentic. I'm gonna try not to do very many edits. So like I said before, I have 2 kids, of which I married their dad, and I am currently going through a divorce. So I wanted to kind of like answer some questions. People who already know me, I've been getting a few questions via DMs. I definitely wanted to address them. So one question I want to go ahead and answer. I haven't really had anybody ask me, but I still wanted to go ahead and answer it, is why did I get married? This ain't that type of video. Go finish eating your food. Why did I get married? I got married to, like I said, their dad. We have been in a long relationship, on and off, up and down, for about, I lost count, 7 or 8 years. He's a great person. I don't have anything negative to say about him, because with me, it's kind of like who he was to me may not be who he's going to be to someone else. And I don't want to, I don't want to make him seem like a bad person, because he's not. He's really a great person. And I don't want to say any flaws that I felt like he had, which is why our relationship didn't work. Because like I said, he's a great person, and I don't want to taint that for somebody else. Like, your experience with him will be your experience with him. When you meet him, it'll be a totally different person than who he was with me. So I wish him the best of luck. And I wrote a few questions down. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my questions. So the first question is, why did I get married? I got married because I felt like that's definitely what okay, I see your scratch, buddy. That's definitely what I thought that I should be doing. Can you take her out of her high chair, please?
Okay, yes ma'am.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I feel like that's what I should be doing, because I do have kids with him, and growing up in the South, you're supposed to get married. You know, everybody is like, marriage is like a #1 goal. So it's what you're supposed to do. It was a goal of mine also. And since I have kids with him, I had a really long relationship with him. I felt like that's what we were supposed to do. Should we have gotten married? Probably not. Probably not. Just because there were a lot of issues that we had in the midst of our relationship. And looking back on it, I probably should not have gotten married, but I would do it again. I would do it all over again. You can just pick her up. You don't have to take that part off. Just pick her up.
But she's stuck. She cannot get her out.
Let me help him get her up. I would do it all over again. The reason why I would do it all over again is because he wanted to get married. He's very family oriented. And this is his family. And I wanted him to see that I did try. And I wanted my son to see that I tried because he's family oriented as well. He wants both of his parents together. But it was just certain things that I wasn't going to accept in a marriage. It's gonna sound crazy. I accepted it before when I was a girlfriend and while I was a fiance, but as a wife, there were certain things that I just was not going to accept, point blank, period. Stipulations X, Y, and Z for divorce. If these things happen, it's a wrap. And it was a wrap sooner than I thought. So we got married December 2018. He proposed to me July of 2018. And I was going to wait to get married for like a year, but I wanted my sister to be in the wedding, and she lived 12 hours away in Maryland, and she just so happened to be coming home that year for Christmas. And I'm like, if you're gonna be here, that's great. Let's just go ahead and do it then. So that's why we got married in December. That's why it wasn't that long, 6 months for an engagement, 5-6 months for an engagement. Yeah, so we ended up getting married, and a month later, he cheated. And 2 or 3 months after that, he was like, I was kicking him out. That sounds bad. I didn't kick him out, but we conversed, and him leaving was the best option because it just wasn't working for me. And I already knew at that point, like, nah, a month into the marriage, I'm good on that, bro. So he ended up leaving a few months after, and we still like dibbled and dabbled and tried to make things work, this, that, and the third. But like after years, if you ain't got it down packed yet, you're not going to get it. So I ended up filing for divorce December of 2019. So I went a whole year, not really with the hopes of making things work, but like giving him more time, because basically in my mind I had already checked out. So that's where we are now. We're in the midst of a divorce. It's not finalized. It probably should be already finalized, but definitely with COVID, there have been a lot of setbacks, and I've really been procrastinating. It's not that I don't want to get a divorce. So let me just say that right now. Like, I've moved on, he's moved on. So it's not that I don't want to get a divorce, but I definitely have been lazy. But it'll happen sooner than later. Why did I file for a divorce? I filed for a divorce because, like I said before, there were things that I just was not going to accept as a wife. This is Ava. You say hey. You say hello. Say hi. Say hey. You not? No hey? Okay. Take her in your room and watch TV, please, if you don't mind.
Okay, Mom.
And I don't know where her cup is, but make sure you give her her cup. And here's her pacifier. You're such a good big brother. I appreciate you.
On me.
Okay. To be honest, the relationship taught me so much. He was really like my first real deal boyfriend. I've dated other guys before, but it was nothing like him. I've never been in a relationship to where like I'm your girlfriend, you're my boyfriend. There were no titles. I would just be committed to someone for a really long time without having that title. So like in hindsight, they could do what they wanted. I could do what I wanted, and can't really get mad because there are no titles. But with him, he made it clear in the beginning that he wanted to be in a relationship, and it was different for me, but I was with it. Things were great in the beginning. We were best friends. Like, we literally finished each other's sentences. We thought the same. We had common interest. We were just two young, in love people. But I got pregnant very quickly into the relationship. It was like a little over 3 months into being in a relationship with him, I ended up getting pregnant. At the time, it didn't feel like 3 months. It felt like 3 years. Like, we spent every day together. And it was somebody that I really felt like I could spend the rest of my life with. I don't know. It was just great in the beginning. And then once I got pregnant, things started to change because I would get jealous of other girls. The fact that he even had other girls like blew my mind, because I remember telling him in the beginning, like, don't cheat on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't have me out here looking stupid. That was both of our things. He didn't want to be out looking stupid. I didn't want to be out looking stupid. So tell me what it is. So before you cheat on me, break up with me. And I thought we had that agreement, but obviously we didn't. I ended up losing self-esteem, self-confidence in that relationship because the girls he would cheat on me with looked nothing like me. Nothing like me. At all. So I felt like I wasn't what he wanted. And later on in the relationship, he was able to tell me that, I don't know how to say this without sounding cocky, but basically I threatened him. My personality threatened him. My looks threatened him. Like, he didn't think he could pull someone like me. Now, if you ask him, he's going to say that ain't what he said, but I'm a Leo, not a liar, honest to a fault. So, yeah, that's what he said. And I couldn't really understand it at the time, but I understand it now. I understand it wholeheartedly now. But I lost myself in that relationship, but I also gained confidence in that same relationship. In the midst of that same relationship, I was able to like gain my confidence back without the help of him, just like with me realizing like, you that girl, like, what you mean? What you mean? So yeah, basically it was the cheating is one reason I got a divorce. Abuse, verbally, physically, and not just him. I was verbally and physically abusive as well. It wasn't a good relationship. Now, when it was good, it was phenomenal. Let me say that. That's funny. We had a lot of good times. And like I said, he's a really great person, but when things were bad, they were horrible. They were detrimental. They were, Ike and Tina, like, it was bad. That part is not funny. So basically that's why I got a divorce, because I didn't want to continue the same pattern, the same domino effect of him cheating, me not being able to get over it, but still being in a relationship, him not understanding, well, if you're still in a relationship, why aren't you over it? And it was just a domino effect that it wasn't going to end well. So that's why I decided to get a divorce. Do I have any regrets? No. No. Because I would want to explain to my son that I did try. His dad did try. We did try to make things work. We tried to have this family unit. It wasn't just let's have kids and not be responsible. So I definitely wanted to explain to him that I tried. I wanted to give my future ex-husband the chance to be a husband. That's what he wanted. He wanted to be a husband. I wanted to give him that chance to be a husband to his family. Hey, girl. Yay. I wanted to give him the chance to be a husband to his family. And I also wanted to allow him to see, like, okay, it didn't work mainly because of you. So you dropped the ball, but I gave you that opportunity. So right now what we're doing, like I said, I've moved on, he's moved on. I know he's dating other people. You like looking at yourself. He's always dated other people. Like, that hasn't changed from day one. He's always like dated other people. Me, not so much. I would try to talk to other guys, but with me, when my heart is with somebody, it's with that person. I can talk to other guys all day, but it's not they're not going to get much of me, if that makes sense. The vibe isn't going to be there because I'm somewhere else mentally. I'm somewhere else. And so it never really worked for me. But right now, after I filed for divorce, yes, your girl is dating, okay? But I know exactly what I want and what I don't want, so I don't have time for games. But I do want to date around. I do want to meet different guys, different walks of life, and kind of figure out, you know, who works best with me. So I don't feel like this day and age, this generation is not, we're not stuck in olden times to where it's like, you need to be divorced before you start dating. I've grown to learn that a divorce with me is more mental than it is like on paper. So once I checked out mentally, that's it. Like, that's it. Once I made a decision that I'm not going to try to make this work, that was it. I was done. Go live your life and be happy. Go make someone else happy. Let someone else make you happy. And I wish the same for myself. Like, I'm not about to wait for a divorce to be finalized. Now, I will be honest with the people that I'm seeing. Like, hey, my divorce isn't final yet. And like I said, hopefully it will be soon once I get rolling. I'm going to live my life unapologetically, authentically. If you don't feel like it's right, that's your opinion, and we just gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm doing my own thing now. I'm a master cosmetologist, so I do hair. I have my own organic plant-based hair care line called Golden Goddess. So I'm in the midst of trying to create residual income, not only for myself, but set up my children to have like a great foundation once they become adults. So maybe around the age of 16, 17, 18, they'll be able to own their first home instead of having to leave my nest and rent. They'll be able to own their first home by themselves, you know? So that's basically what I'm on now. Just trying to figure this thing called life out, you know? And basically starting over, because I feel like that relationship took so much of me. I was 21 when I got with him, and I'll be 29 in 2 weeks. So like, I don't know. I've lost so much, and I have to like relearn who I am, or just get to know me. Not even relearn, because I'm not that same person, but like just get to know who I am now and what I want out of life. But yeah, so stay tuned to this channel, because I'm actually going to go in depth and tell you more stories about my life, more stories about the relationship, the drama. It was a lot of drama, the crazy, but you know, still hitting on the good times, because I do have 2 kids. And like I said, he is a great person. Whoever he ends up with in life, and she's going to be a lucky girl or a lucky woman. Just wasn't me, you know, and I'm okay with that. I don't want no parts of that. But yeah, so stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. I just wanted you guys to get a feel for me and who I am. And if you have questions, stay tuned, follow me, like I said, subscribe, and let's do this life thing together. Let's do this journey together. Like, let's live. Questions and comments below.
I'm sick of this unpacking. I'm sick of this unpacking. Cause you